Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending today's webinar. For those that have joined us, just want to point out that everyone is muted during the session, but we'll ask some survey questions throughout, and at the end, there'll be a Q&A session where you can ask some questions. For those that don't know my name, it's Brad Tucker. I'm with the sales team at NEXTSYSTEMS. We also have Paul Wrights from CE Payroll Service with us today.
Good morning, everybody. I'm really glad to see everyone showing up. It's a pleasure to be here and talk about all payroll module.
Absolutely. So today we're going to show how CE Payroll Service integrates seamlessly with Computeries and makes the processing payroll easy with just a few clicks of a button. Before we can process the payroll, we first need to enter some time. Traditionally, employees will submit timesheets weekly and the payroll clerk enters those, but now with mobile tracking, it streamlines the process. So with Fieldies along with the time app, those integrate into Computeries, eliminating that manual process. So you may be thinking, Brad, we've done it this way for so many years now. Why in the world should we consider going with mobile time tracking? Here are some things to consider. One, the double entry side. You figure that the employees will enter in or write out their timesheets, and then they'll submit those and then turn them into the office. You first have to enter those. So it's essentially you're doing the double entry. From an accuracy standpoint, I'm sure everyone has run into this scenario where you can't read the employee's writing, or either they've forgotten to put the job or the incorrect job number. So by having a list of those projects that they can assign time to, that makes the information more correct. So, and then lastly, and probably the most important is the job costing in real time. So time can be submitted on a daily basis. You no longer have to wait until the end of the week and payroll has been processed to know where you stand on a project. So by having that real-time job cost, you can see exactly where you're at in actual time and avoid those unnecessary surprises. We'll go ahead and look at the Fieldies component. Now, there's a Fieldies time tracking along with the time entry app, and those two coordinate together. But we're going to log in as Bill. Now, you can have it to where one person enters their time, and then the superintendent would approve, or the foreman or superintendent can enter time for their entire crew. So in this example, I have Bill. He has his list of jobs, and those are all controlled by you. So you dictate what jobs they have access to. So here I'm going to select the HEB store. I can see the different phases along with the categories. So Bill is going to put time for himself. Now from a crew entry side, you can set up your crews, build those to where you can select what employees are on that crew. And in my example, I have Bill's crew, and we're going to put them on the same HEB store. We'll do concrete, and then we'll just do forms. Now by doing this, it's going to break it out by each employee. And having this grid, think of it as an Excel cell format to where you can go in, see the breakout of each employee. You can make changes. So maybe Bonnie wasn't doing forms. She was doing reinforcement, so I can save that. You can also add maybe as a new line item. I can just tab over. So here I have Craig. He was on that job and category. You can also add equipment. So if you are having the field put in their time that they spent on equipment, that time can now be entered through the fields component, either through the app or Fieldies. So I can select what piece of equipment, the code, and then the hours. By this, you can also do filters. So if you have a list of employees, you can drag their name over to see what time each employee has. And this just gives that level of review to where I can make sure that everything is correct, see the total time for the day. Now, once I have entered all the time, I can submit this back to the office. So I'm going to select those, submit, and the person who is receiving those entries, they'll receive a notification that there's time that's been submitted to Computery. So I'm going to come in, import my time from the field, and anything that comes over from the field, you have the ability to make adjustments. So I'm going to import in that data. So we can see the entries. There's that piece of equipment. I can go in, make those changes. But now from here, I save, and we'll say that this is for the entire week. I can now go in and submit that to CE Payroll Service. So from here, Paul will walk through the process of once it's been submitted to CE Payroll Service, how they process your payroll.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Brad. I know we get to show, Brad, can you confirm you can see my little demolition account over here?
I can, yeah.
Awesome. I love puns, so I like verifying I get to say that out loud. For everyone out there, I'm going to start off by actually launching a poll while I kind of do a little spiel about CE Payroll Service. So who we are as a company is we are the only third-party payroll company that directly integrates into your accounting software. We started off a few years back when a lot of the Computery's clients came to us after trying to build out these relationships with other companies. That just didn't work. There was always import, GL edits, and the job costing, which is a vital portion, never smoothly kind of transitioned between their payroll service and the accounting software. So, of course, Computeries decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and start handling payroll for a couple of clients here in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, and try to go ahead and provide this value to everyone. How hard could it be? We forgot to take into account that we were in a tri-state area where local municipality taxes happened, and we learned very quickly, all right, we got to build this expertise quick or it's going to implode. So we learned, we're here, and now we provide a lot of the extra value for our clients by providing you one simple process. At the heart of it, we have three separate services, a year-end print service, a direct deposit only transfer service, and a full-service payroll. We handle all the bells and whistles. Now, for my little demolition account here, I've already kind of imported time and done a little bit of time entry here, assuming that portion's taken care of. The way we operate is because we're tying to this process, this should look familiar to everybody. You're still able to, after you import the time from Fieldies, run a labor distribution report and see the hours work and verify that this looks correct. After you verify, you're still able to print your payroll register. This remains the same as far as your weekly. You're able to fully customize who you're running payroll for, whether or not be a bonus payroll next side by side for your normal regular payroll. If you have vacation checks, just run it for the office. All that stays the same. The first step we see is actually this processing type. That's the first influence of CE Payroll Service inside your software. What we do as part of our system, and I know I see in here that a lot of the offices are about that 1 to 15 employee range. For those who are one-woman offices and, okay, we've got a lot of stuff to worry about, one of the better features that I keep hearing about, and it's because we send you a reminder on your submission day if we don't receive your payroll. Like, we're reaching out to anybody associated with your company. Hey, did our primary contact get sick? Is there a programming issue? Or is the day getting really crazy and there's a ton of AP and a ton of walk-ins and I just forgot to click a button? So we send you these reminders to make sure you get payroll submitted on time and everything flows without a hitch. That's turned off and on with these regular weekly submissions or a special year-end bonus run type of situation. So in this case, for the regular payroll, we print the payroll register, and it actually stays the exact same as what you're used to looking at currently, displaying all of the gross to net for your employees. Then the next step is we click the print checks post payroll. This is still going to be that step in the process that books all of the hours, all of the job costing, the GL into your system. But the beauty here is this is also our payroll submission process. So you're able to type in like a little normal hello world, new 401k plan offering, CE payroll service. We actually do not mail any paper checks. So what we enable you to do is print your checks off inside the system the same day to reduce any errors of, USPS getting those checks to your employees on time. We hear it all the time from other providers. Hey, they overnight these checks to us, but there's no way to address the issue if something happens and if there's a snowstorm, that employee's payroll doesn't make it that day. They still need their money, no matter what type of trans issues happen. So this eliminates all of that kind of stress and all that strain, making sure that payroll gets to you on time. And for the couple of you who are using the outsourced payroll providers, if they're providing the paper checks, then it also saves you on any of that freight and shipping cost. If you're doing direct deposit only, awesome. That's best for everybody. So you're able to print the checks off in-house with this right here and just pop it out, print it, take out the check stock, insert plain paper, press OK, and it's going to generate all of these payroll reports. So these will be the pay stubs. What we do is with your system and with NEXTSYSTEMS actually go in to set up your computer and your software to automatically email out these pay stubs to your employee the moment you process payroll. That way it's going to get a little bit quicker. There's going to be a digital record. You're going to be able to regenerate those. And it saves you the hassle of trying to mail a paper pay stub to somebody who's probably never going to open it. As far as a posting and GL standpoint, I don't know if we have any accountants here in the room, but all of your taxes get reduced down to one line item. I was actually at the NEXTSYSTEMS conference a few months back, and one of our clients there mentioned this is his favorite part about our service is that it takes all of those different GLs, all of those different accrual numbers, and all those different entries and simplifies it into one automatically done, reconcilable line. That's going to save you time and reduce that hassle of trying to close out your month-end, year-end books. So at least from the payroll service, what I'm about to do right now is the big shebang. It's the whole reason we exist, and it's what makes things so simple. We press OK. After posting, a little pop-up window appears. You type in company-specific password. You press OK, and voila, we have your payroll. From this point, this is what triggers our system to come in, take a snapshot copy of all of these reports, all the data generated inside your system, and from there, we process your direct deposit net pay transfers for your employees, all your weekly 941 tax payments, your federal payments, monthlies, quarterlies, anything to do with taxes, we take care of from this point. Same with child supports and garnishments. We have a 401k provider that's able to go ahead and we handle all the upload and all the background there, as well as a lot of other really great elements of our service to make sure that your back end of payroll disappears. Again, for the couple of you with outsourced, it's as simple as this. There's no more GL entries. There's no more double entry or maintaining two systems. You can check to make sure, okay, payroll's been uploaded successfully, and we're golden. I know earlier in my little spiel here, I mentioned that we have the 3 levels of service. This is what triggers 2 of our levels of service. Both the direct deposit only, which our direct deposit only is where we let you handle the taxes and maintain that control. But we handle all the funds transfers to your employee and then offer you something really exclusive known as a pay card payment solution. It's a really great opportunity for your employees who either can't or won't get a bank account. Most often I can't get a bank account or I don't want my wife to know what I'm making, to go ahead and have that ability to receive all the benefits of direct deposit without you having the hassle of a paper check, printing it, stuffing it, mailing it to the employee, or them having to take time out of their day to come in to pick up a paper check. Our full service payroll is basically all the benefits of the direct deposit only. And then it's going to include all of the tax filing, child support, all that good stuff we talked about before, like all the payroll fun items I've heard them described as. And the final level of service, you actually don't need to be a client for CE Payroll service for us to do. So long as you're a Computeries user, we're able to come in to your system, receive copies of your data, and handle the printing and the mailing and the filing of all of your W-2s, your 1099s, or your 1095Cs for the 2 or 3 contractors over 50. So everybody, for all those year-end documents that kind of bog down and take a lot of time to actually print stuff and send, we take care of for you. That's part of our year-end print service. It's really affordable, and it's like that least involved level of service we have. So after this, the only thing that I really have to show you is a custom report that we bring in here to help make sure that you have complete visibility over your payroll and that you're always on top of things. This is a payroll expense report. It's a custom report we install in your software that breaks down, hey, how much are we paying for taxes? What taxes are they? What's the accrual? How much do we have in child supports and garnishment payments that you're paying? What do we still need? If any of you are union contractors, a lot of these are going to be, these right here are union deductions and union fringes that need to be paid. So it gives you a nice clean total of those, as well as how much we need for this payroll and how much we're taking for direct deposit, those taxes, and how much you need for live checks. It's a really great snapshot and a really great way to reconcile your payroll in just one clean report. The way we used to do everything is we actually would go and look at everybody's GL. We realized we didn't like doing that, so we built this. But to be honest, that's as simple as this is with CE Payroll Service, and I don't have much else to say. After this, Brad, if you can take it away, there's another really cool thing that I'm excited about.
Yeah, so Paul had mentioned emailing those check stubs out to the employees, but Computeries released the Employee Hub a little over a month ago that actually puts those check stubs online to where the employee can log in, see the check stubs, see their W-2s, 1095Cs, in one centralized location. So rather than them trying to go through their email, or they've maybe misplaced the email and bug you for a reprint, this allows them to log in, pull the information they need, and have that at their disposal. And you control the access level. It's unlimited users. Each person is given their own user ID and password, and then they log in to view those documents. So, we have quite a few customers that have started using the Employee Hub, and they used to use either the printing the check stubs, or they started with the email stubs, but they found that this is much easier just to direct the employees to the hub, log in, view their stubs, and they don't have to stop what they're doing to provide that information to an employee who asks for it. So this is a new additional feature to Computeries. So if you're interested in learning more, certainly reach out to us and we can discuss further. Right. So, Paul, did you have anything else to discuss today?
And to be honest, not really. I can let you know that right now, again, with that year-end to print and year-end being right around the corner, we've been getting a lot of interest there. So likewise with Brad, obviously payroll is something that is so company specific and so unique. We're not going to go into any depth as far as like pricing and that stuff today.
But we thank you for your time and look forward to talking with you guys more.